Hello, welcome to the Manic Pixie Dream vlog. I'm your host, Caroline Georges, and welcome. So I'm kind of, I don't know, there's just something on my mind, and I kind of wanted to work through it, and just, so I went to I went to a wedding this week, and it was a girl I grew up with. She and I were babies together. She and I, my father and her father were very close friends in their childhoods, and they went to college together, and they were both very close and had been through a lot together. And then me and this girl, you know, we were the same age, and we just grew up together, and we were always very close. And I got to see her get married this week, and it was just it was so emotional. It was so emotional. And I found out I found out my father has Parkinson's. I found that out through her mother. She was just, she was like, I was so worried about you. When we heard about your dad, we were so worried about you. And I was like, what? And they were like, your dad has Parkinson's. And I was just like, what the fuck? And so my dad has had Parkinson's, and he was diagnosed a few months ago. And then he just never told me. And he didn't want me to worry. And I'm so worried. I'm very close with my father. Everyone always thinks that just because, you know, I'm a stripper, I don't have a good relationship with my dad, and that's just absolutely not true. My dad and I are so close, and he's so understanding, and I don't know, he's proud of me no matter what I do. My dad has always been proud of me, and maybe that's not been a good thing, you know, because it's like I could tell my dad some of the sociopathic shit I've done to manipulate guys, and my dad is just always proud of me. He just thinks I'm really smart. And I mean, I guess it does take some savvy to, you know, be able to pull like a con on a guy, you know, and take all of his money, and, you know, but yeah, I got in trouble for hustling last shift I worked at work. I needed money, and I pulled out all of my tricks. I needed money. I knew this guy, that he would come in, he would spend money. None of the other girls wanted to dance with him because he's a pain in the ass. But I was like, you know what? For tonight, I can handle this guy. I can take all of his money. It's fine. And I pulled out my bag of tricks, and I used every move that I had on this guy. Every move. I was like, I even did this. I was like, dude, I bet you $20. I will give you $20 if you don't get a dance with me. I'll give you $20 if you don't get a VIP with me. And he laughed, and he just was like, okay, sure. And then so he ended up getting a VIP with me. And then when I wouldn't give him extra, he got upset. He left. And then we have this new manager, and the manager went and asked him what was up. And the guy complained, and they ended up giving him all of his money back. And you can't do that. That's illegal. You know, it's just like with hustlers and stuff, and with hustling, they're starting to crack down on it more. And I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I think these guys have a choice. They can be there and give me money, or they can leave and go someplace else and make other choices. But they're there, so, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a morally bankrupt person even discussing this like it's normal. It's not normal. I get it. It's not normal. Hustling is not normal. Being a con artist isn't normal. Using your sexuality as a weapon isn't normal. You know what I mean? I don't know, it works for me. But a friend of mine that I grew up with was there. She was a guest at the wedding too, and she and I were talking, and I asked her about my rapist, because she was who I went to after I was raped, and she was who I spoke to and was able to talk to after I was raped. And she just said, she just gave me the lowdown on what my rapist has been up to. He has a long-time girlfriend. He has a job. He's doing a lot better, because at the time when he raped me, he wasn't doing very well. And so I have to take that into account, I guess, that he wasn't in a very good place when he raped me. This man was in a bad headspace when he raped me. This man had a drug problem when he raped me. This man had a drinking problem when he raped me. This man did not like his job when he raped me. this man had just been through a really bad breakup when he raped me. And those are things that I guess I don't know, like I feel compelled to take those things into consideration. Because I've been naming this guy on my vlog. I've been naming him, and I've been thinking more and more, if I'm really going to go through with this, if I'm really going to be true to what I believe in, then maybe I should report this rape happening, even though it's been so long, and just report it. And I asked my friend about that, and I was like, look, I've been thinking more and more about reporting it. And she told me not to. She discouraged it. She told me not to because he's been doing a lot better. My rapist has been doing a lot better. And, you know, and I've been thinking about just David Murphy and what he did and how horrible that was and how cruel that was and how just absolutely sociopathic that was, that he did that. And is that how people feel about it? Like, look, he was in a bad place. He's doing a lot better now. You need to let him go. And no, I don't want to let him go. I mean, he did what he did to me. He needs to pay for that now. I don't think I'm a maybe, do women have to be sociopaths to get justice for themselves? Do women have to be callous when it comes to getting justice for themselves? Is that what women need to be? Do women need to turn into the monsters that raped them in order to be in a state of mind where they exact revenge on their abusers, men that hurt them beyond repair? You don't get over that. You don't ever get over being sexually assaulted. You don't ever get over being raped. You're changed forever, and you're fucked up in the head forever. It's excruciating pain having to process through these things happening to me. It is excruciating pain. And David Murphy put me through pain. He knew I was raped before. You know, what a piece of shit. He deserves nothing. He deserves nothing good. He's a bad person, and he deserves to be punished. If that makes, why does that make me somehow a vindictive person by wanting justice for myself? I'm totally fair and reasonable in wanting justice for what David Murphy did to me. It's a big deal. You can't sweep it under the rug. It's a big deal when somebody does that to someone. I don't know if I'm going to report my rape. I still don't know. I've been so scared to do it for years. And I know I should. I've always known that I should. No one told me to get help. No one told me to report it. Nobody told me to do the right thing at the time that it happened. It's taken me years to get to this place, and I keep holding back and not doing it for some reason. I'm not a liar. This shit went down. This shit happened to me. And it messed me up. It fucked me up. I deserve justice. Somebody like David Murphy deserves to be penalized for what he did. He does not deserve to succeed with people knowing full well what he did and letting it go. If you can let it go, fine, but I can't because it happened to me. Are people going to blame me for coming after David Murphy in the way that I am planning on? Am I going to, I'm not afraid of being that girl. I'm not afraid of being that girl that accuses men of rape because these rapes happened. These sexual assaults happened. The sexual battery happened. I'm not afraid of being that girl because it's not my fault that I was that girl these boys chose to do this to. And if they're going to take me down, then I'm taking them down with me. That's fair. That's just. Who could blame me? My friend told me not to report my rape. She was there with me when it happened. She was the one holding my hand through it while it happened, when it happened. And she's telling me not to do anything. She even had some story about how something similar happened to her and stuff, and it's like, well, if you don't, why do women, I don't understand this. Why do women, we don't want to ruin people's lives. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a fair thing. I don't want to ruin anyone's life. But I don't want to let somebody get away with what they did to me either. I'm so frustrated that I can't. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that we view rape as being such a horrifying, disgusting, just unforgivable thing that, like, just the idea of accusing somebody is just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to do. Except I'm just going to keep screaming these guys' names. I'm just going to keep screaming their name. That these men are rapists. That these men are abusers. That these men hurt women. These men prey on women. Who are they? You know what I mean? There's Matt McGowan. There's Jay Litke. There's David Murphy. These men hurt women. These are the names of men that prey on women. Weak women who can't defend themselves. These men are bullies. These men are sociopaths. These men hurt women. I'm sorry whatever is going on in their life is going on that makes them do that, but they don't have to do that. So I'm going to keep screaming their name. If that makes me a sociopath, then maybe you have to be a sociopath to get justice for yourself if you're raped. If you're raped, you deserve justice. Don't be afraid of being that girl. I'm not afraid of being that girl. I didn't make me that girl. I didn't turn myself into that girl. I didn't do that to myself. These men did this to me. I deserve justice. Jay Litke did what he did to me. I was so drunk. My skin hurt. And I woke up with him on top of me having sex with my body. I trusted David Murphy. He knew I was raped before, and he came into my home, groped my breast, reached inside my leggings to see how my pussy was shaved, and then jerked off to me while I was screaming for him to stop. Matt McGowan knew everything about me, and he still raped me. He raped me because he knew I could. He raped me because he knew I was a stripper. He raped me because he thought I was fucking worthless. Do I have to be a sociopath to get justice for myself? Do I have to have no heart? And do I have to have a callous heart in order to get justice for myself? Because these accusations, if they are true, and they are true, these accusations ruin lives. These accusations have the power to ruin the lives of these men. Am I justified in ruining people's lives? David Murphy almost fucking killed me. I was suicidal after that for months. He almost killed me. Don't I deserve justice? I think I do. I think I do. I think I care about myself enough to be this callous, to feel this entitled to justice. I think I'm entitled to be in the position to ruin David Murphy's life. Everything that he's worked for. I think I'm in a position, because of what he did to me, he has forfeited his life to me. I believe that. I feel like shit for believing that, but I believe that. He did it to himself. By doing what he did to me, he did it to himself. He did it because he thought he could get away with it, and I'm sorry that he can't. I'm sorry that I'm not letting him get away with it. I'm sorry that he was too stupid to believe that I would let him get away with it. He rubbed his dick on another girl. He's a pervert. He preys on women. He's disgusting. He shouldn't be around women. I'm not going to stop screaming until everybody knows that. This man should not be around women. Until men are telling their girlfriends and their sisters and their mothers and their children to not be alone with David Murphy, I have not done my job until that is what is happening. I threw a name out there, and another accusation came back. I threw David Murphy's name out there, and another accusation has come back. I believe by coming forward and naming David Murphy publicly, I believe so many names are going to come back of women who believe me, of women who support me, of women who've had experiences with David Murphy, because these things do not happen in a vacuum. They happen all the time. David Murphy displayed extreme behavior. You don't just go into a woman's apartment and grope her breast. You don't just go into a woman's apartment and reach inside her leggings because you want to see how she's shaved. You don't just do that. Who just does that? A predator does that. We have no room for these men in our society. I have to do what I have to do. That means I'm going to have to ruin lives, and I have to come forward with the conviction that what I am saying has the power to ruin lives. What am I going to feel? What if everything happens the way I want it to happen? David Murphy's career is over because he reached inside my shirt to grope my breast. David Murphy's career is over because he reached inside my leggings to see how my pussy was shaved. David Murphy's career is over because he was jerking off to me over his basketball shorts while I was crying and telling him to stop. This woman at an open mic, she had a really great joke. She said that my rapist raped me, but it was the kind of rape where I wanted to hug him afterwards. I totally got that joke. I completely got that joke. I know what it's like to fawn over the people that are raping you. To care about them, that them caring enough to hurt you makes you somehow care about them in turn. I get that. I cared about David Murphy. He was my friend. I saw him as a friend. He was a man that I trusted, and he was my friend, and I want to destroy his fucking life because of what he did to me. My rapist, Jay Litke, is doing really good now. He's doing really good. He has a long-term girlfriend, and he has a job that he's happy with. He doesn't have any reason now to hurt other women, I guess. But I'm coming after him too, and I'm going to report him too. I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to tell them 10 years ago this happened. And I just want his name on record in case somebody else has come forward. That's all I can do. And I feel evil and callous and sociopathic for having this power within me to exact on another human being. But he did what he did. He did that to me. And I can't feel guilty. I can't feel guilty doing the right thing and by standing up for myself. I will not let myself feel guilty, even though Jay Litke has a long-term girlfriend and a job. He didn't care enough about me to not rape me. So why should I care about him to not press charges? Do I owe him anything? Has this man done anything in the last 10 years that redeems him of rape? Has David Murphy done anything in this last year that redeems him of sexually assaulting me? No. They couldn't have. There's no way. He couldn't have. Anyways, that's my vlog for today. I will have my revenge, and yeah. Anyways, that's my vlog for today. Like and subscribe, or support the Patreon. If you have been raped, if you have been sexually assaulted, if you have been groped, if you have been degraded sexually by a man, you have a right to justice. That man does not have a right to your silence. If a man acts out in a way against a woman like David Murphy, Jay Litke, or Matt McGowan have acted out on me, they have forfeited their right to respect and to their good name. If men have done what these men have done to me, if the men have done to you what these men have done to me, they have no right to your silence. They don't have a right to your silence. People are going to judge you. People are going to think you're crazy. People are going to think you're a sociopath. People are going to think you're ruining the lives of men, and you are. But they don't deserve you not to. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve your silence. They have forfeited your silence by doing what they did to you. That's how it is. Nobody wins. Nobody fucking wins. That's what rape is. Nobody wins. It's awful. It's awful. I'm looking at the prospect of living a life filled with guilt for what I want to do to these men that have hurt me. That if everything goes my way, a man who has so much promise in the comedy scene, that I would have that taken away from him. He did what he did. You have to make him pay for it. You have to let me make him pay for it. I'm sorry. Please let me make him pay for it. And please forgive me. I hope that the world will forgive me for my pursuit of justice. I hope the world will forgive me and understand me in my pursuit of justice. And I hope that they'll see it the way I see it, that these men did it to them fucking selves by doing what they did to me. Anyways, that's all I have to say. You have a right to justice. We all do. Men like David Murphy, Matt McGowan, and Jay Litke do not have a right to justice. They do not have a right. Because in a just world, I guess, hardworking, driven men who hurt women, it's somehow just that they just walk away from that. It's not just. That's not justice. That's not okay. That these men just walked away from that and are living their lives like that didn't happen. That's not okay. That's not fucking okay. It's not okay. They don't have a right to justice. I do. I have a right to justice. They're right. I don't know. I'm misspeaking, and I'm just mad, and I just need to rant, and these are hard issues, and I feel so callous wanting justice for myself. I feel like a bad person wanting justice for myself. I think so many women feel this way, and that is why so many women do not pursue a case against their abusers, because it makes them feel like they're fucking assholes. I feel like a fucking asshole. But can't I just be a woman who has been hurt and damaged beyond repair by callous men who don't care whether she lives or dies? Can people just empower me by applauding me? I want people to applaud me for seeking revenge on these guys. I want people to encourage me, and it just doesn't seem like that's what's happening. It seems that everybody just wants me to shut up about it and move on and not do anything. That's what it feels like. But you know what's going to happen? And this is what's going to happen. I'm going to pursue justice for David Murphy. I'm going to shout him out, and I'm going to tell everybody what he did to me. And you know what's going to happen? Nobody's going to care. Because I'm a stripper. Because I'm a stripper. And because I hustle men. And no one's... And who the fuck am I to David Murphy? Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. He's so... I mean, I get it. He got into my apartment. He got into my good graces because he's likable and because he's charming and because he's funny and because he's good looking. That was... He set a trap for me, and I fell into it, and now he has to pay for it. And I don't understand why people would not understand that or stand behind me in that. And with Jay Litkey, it's like, oh, well, maybe he was just confused. Maybe he thought you wanted it. No, I was passed out. No, I was asleep. Me getting into his bed didn't give him permission to fuck me. That wasn't even fucking. That was rape, you know? Like, people keep on looking for those little signs of consent everywhere they go when a woman was raped. What were you wearing? Why were you walking down that dark alleyway? Why were you walking down that dark alleyway at night? You had to have wanted it. You had to have wanted it. Please tell me you wanted it so that this isn't rape anymore. I didn't want it. I said no to it. I didn't want that. And it happened to me anyway, and now the people that made that shit happen to me anyway need to pay for it. I don't see how I'm being unreasonable or unfair, or how that I'm being callous or cruel or not thinking about somebody else's life when these men did what they did to me, and it almost killed me. And it almost ruined my life. It's a lot to work through. It's a lot to work out. It's a lot to try and understand. I'm going to ruin people's lives. It feels so weird to me saying that out loud. I'm trying to ruin people's lives because that's what I'm trying to do by getting justice. Because we live in a world that views rape as being the most malicious crime one person could commit against anybody. Because you know why it is? It is. It is one of the worst things you can do to another human being. And men so casually did that to me. For why? For why? I want to know why. Why me? Why was it always me? Why does it feel like it's always me? When somebody gets raped, it's always me. Anyways, that's my vlog for today. Like and subscribe and share. And I know this went over a little long, but it's just it's a lot to think about and to process through. And I'm just trying to I don't know, maybe I can just walk away from it. Maybe I would feel better if I just decided not to do anything. I don't know. I don't want to. Not again. Not anymore. Anyway, that's my vlog for today. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye.